The top 10 most dangerous hackers of the world. Hacking costs companies and consumers trillions of dollars every year. Much of the cybercrime problem stems from the same features of the internet from which we all benefit. Hello everyone, welcome to Cybercrime Time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss an update about the latest cybercrime news and trends. Let's move on. Not all hacking is malicious. White hat hackers may work in cybersecurity or as software engineers and testers seeking out vulnerabilities in order to fix them. Yeah, that's one way to justify it. Black hat hackers operate with malicious intent. That said, there's a large gray area populated by political activists and hackers who wear both hats. No matter the color of the hat, hackers are a dangerous force to reckon with. Computer hacking is the act of identifying and exploiting system and network vulnerabilities in order to obtain unauthorized access to those systems. Even the most amateur hacker can easily find all the tools they need online at virtually no cost. They can target bank information, PIN numbers, passwords, but they can also stoke mayhem by hacking into the most secure places like NASA and FBI, sometimes to find traces of ET, and sometimes to leak exotic pictures of celebrities on the internet. Here is the list of the top 10 most dangerous hackers. Number 1. Albert Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 22, dubbed Soup Nazi, got his start as the troubled pack leader of computer nerds at his Miami high school and became active on criminal commerce site shadowcrew.com and was considered one of its best hackers and moderators. He was arrested in New York for debit card fraud related to stealing data from millions of card accounts. To avoid jail time, he became an informant for the Secret Service, ultimately helping indict dozens of Shadow Crew members. During his time as a paid informant, Gonzalez continued in his criminal activities. Along with a group of accomplices, Gonzalez stole more than 180 million payment card accounts from companies. His 2005 attack on U.S. retailer TJX was the first serial data breach of credit information. Number 2. Kevin Mitnick. Kevin Mitnick got his career start as a teen as a seminal figure in American hacking. In 1981, he was charged with stealing computer manuals from Pacific Bell. In 1982, he hacked the North American Defense Command, NORAD, an achievement that inspired the 1983 film War Games. In 1989, he hacked Digital Equipment Corporation's DEC network and made copies of their software. Because DEC was a leading computer manufacturer at the time, this act put Mitnick on the map. He was later arrested, convicted, and sent to prison. During his conditional release, he hacked Pacific Bell's voicemail systems. Although Mitnick ultimately went white hat, he may be part of the both hats gray area. According to Wired, in 2014, he launched Mitnick's Absolute Zero-Day Exploit Exchange, which sells unpatched critical software exploits to the highest bidder. Number 3. Karl Koenig. Karl was a German hacker in the 1980s who called himself Hagbard, after Hagbard Celine. He was involved in a Cold War computer espionage incident. Koenig was found burned to death with gasoline in a forest near Celle, Germany. The death was officially claimed to be a suicide. Well, that's not what we were expecting. Truly tragic. Number 4. Guardians of Peace. Close to the release date of the release of the film The Interview, a comedy about a plot to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, the so-called Guardians of Peace attacked Sony.
We've got a Hollywood whodunit to tell you about tonight. The FBI has been looking into a major computer breach at Sony Pictures for the past 2 weeks.
They started publishing all sorts of documents, files, and confidential data belonging to Sony. Unreleased movies, information about executive salaries, emails from the company's lawyers, employee workplace complaints, movie scripts, and even the phone numbers of Hollywood celebrities were among the nearly 100 terabytes of data stolen by the hacker collective through a piece of malware called Distover. North Korea is considered the prime suspect of the attack. Really? That was such a great movie, though. Had a good laugh. Number 5. Gary McKinnon. The hunt for ET led this mastermind, also known as Solo, to commit one of the largest cyber attacks on a military system in history. Gary McKinnon hacked nearly 100 American military and NASA servers from February 2001 to March 2002. What's even crazier is he did it all from his girlfriend's aunt's house in London. He managed to delete sensitive data, software, and files, and the US government spent over $700,000 to recover from the damage. He taunted the military while he was at it, posting this message to their website: "Your security system is crap. I am solo." Cool way to convey the message, pal. Number 6. EdwardMeasuresick. If you had been on the internet for some time, you probably remember the huge scandal Celebgate. For the curious minds hearing that term for the first time, yes, it was named after the Watergate scandal. EdwardMeasuresick had orchestrated the whole thing and was behind the release of nude pictures of many celebrities, including the Hunger Games star Jennifer Lawrence. He engaged in a phishing scheme from November 2013 to August 2014 to obtain usernames and passwords for his victims. He sent emails to them that appeared to be from security accounts of internet service providers that directed them to a website that would collect their information. After they responded by entering their usernames and passwords at that site, he illegally gained access to their iCloud and Gmail accounts. It was for his personal use, but the pictures were released to the world, and they still remain on the internet. As for EdwardMeasuresick, he was sentenced to 9 months in prison after he pleaded guilty. Number 7. Matthew Bevan and Richard Price. Matthew Bevan and Richard Price are a team of British hackers who hacked into multiple military networks in 1996, including Griffiths Air Force Base, the Defense Information Systems Agency, and the Korean Atomic Research Institute, KARI. Bevan, Kuji, and Price, DataStream Cowboy, have been accused of nearly starting a third world war after they dumped KARI research onto American military systems. Bevan claims he was looking to prove a UFO conspiracy theory, and according to the BBC, his case bears resemblance to that of Gary McKinnon. Malicious intent or not, Bevan and Price demonstrated that even military networks are vulnerable. Number 8. Jonathan James. Using the alias Comrade, Jonathan James hacked several companies. According to the New York Times, what really earned James' attention was his hack into the computers of the United States Department of Defense. Even more impressive was the fact that James was only 15 at the time. In an interview with PC Mag, James admitted that he was partly inspired by the book The Cuckoo's Egg, which details the hunt for a computer hacker in the 1980s. His hacking allowed him to access over 3,000 messages from government employees, usernames, passwords, and other sensitive data. James was arrested in 2000 and was sentenced to a 6-month house arrest and banned from recreational computer use. However, a probation violation caused him to serve 6 months in jail. Jonathan James became the youngest person to be convicted of violating cybercrime laws. In 2007, TJX, a department store, was hacked and many customers' private information was compromised. Despite a lack of evidence, authorities suspected that James may have been involved. In 2008, James committed suicide by gunshot. According to the Daily Mail, his suicide note stated, "I have no faith in the justice system. Perhaps my actions today and this letter will send a stronger message to the public. Either way, I've lost control over this situation, and this is my only way to regain control." Number 9. Kevin Paulson. In 1983, a 17-year-old Paulson, using the alias Dark Dante, hacked into ARPANET, the Pentagon's computer network. Although he was quickly caught, the government decided not to prosecute Paulson, who was a minor at the time. Instead, he was let off with a warning. Paulson didn't heed this warning and continued hacking. In 1988, Paulson hacked a federal computer and dug into files pertaining to the deposed president of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos. When discovered by authorities, Paulson went underground. While he was on the run, Paulson kept busy, hacking government files and revealing secrets. According to his own website, in 1990, he hacked a radio station contest and ensured that he was the 102nd caller, winning a brand new Porsche, a vacation, and $20,000. Paulson was soon arrested and barred from using a computer for 3 years. He's since converted to white hat hacking and journalism, writing about cybersecurity and web-related socio-political causes for Wired, The Daily Beast, and his own blog, Threat Level. Paulson also teamed with other leading hackers to work on various projects dedicated to social justice and freedom of information. Perhaps most notably, working with Adam Swartz and Jim Dolan to develop the open-source software SecureDrop, initially known as DeadDrop. Eventually, Paulson turned over the platform, which enabled secure communication between journalists and sources, to the Freedom of Press Foundation. Number 10. Astra. This hacker differs from the others on this list in that he has never been publicly identified. However, according to the Daily Mail, some information has been released about Astra, namely that he was apprehended by authorities in 2008, and at that time he was identified as a 58-year-old Greek mathematician. Reportedly, he had been hacking into the Dassault Group for almost half a decade. During that time, he stole cutting-edge weapons technology software and data, which he then sold to 250 individuals around the world. His hacking cost the Dassault Group $360 million in damages. No one knows why his complete identity has never been revealed, but the word Astra is a Sanskrit word for weapon. Incidents like this, combined with the alleged hack of the PlayStation and Xbox Online services during Christmas, and the constant rumors of internet leaks, certainly make you wonder if we're not really in the middle of a cyber war between powers. Well, it's a wrap from our side. Do comment down below any hackers you might know. Don't mind the joke. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more updates.